Hello people, welcome to another episode of Iron Fist Mining. Now it's the weekend before New Year's in December 2013. And I'm upstream, I'm not at the usual spot. But the last time I was here, the water was right there. So all this is exposed. I saw edging on the bank over here, I can show you. The sun stops flaring in it. See that line? It's down 2 feet. Ugh. Over there. You can see the edge. Dirt edge. Right there. Anyway. Somebody's definitely been down here digging. There's huge holes dug everywhere. I tried some spot panning, but I'm not having much luck finding it, so I'm going to dig down deep. Usually this channel is really deep, and the water on this stump that's right there is usually flowing over the top of it, so it's really down, and this area doesn't get hit that much. So last time I dug here, see, look, the material comes down. This is the first heavies where all the rocks are going to stop, big rocks, mediums, and then the lights. You'll know when you're into the lights because you'll start finding light sand, the blonde sands, piles of it, which are right on the other side of that stump. So generally what I do is I dig in the mid-range area. It gives the gold plenty of time to slap down and blah, 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 blah. I got my dual sluice set up. Inline wash plant to the upper deck that blows all the rocks out, and then underneath is my hog mat that's catching all the gold. So all I have to do is throw shovelfuls at it and just keep going. The water's cold. It's a couple degrees above freezing. So I use this paint roller that I just put a rubber end on to help move the rocks along as the current is quite low. So what I'm going to do is dig for a little while. Whether or not I get any gold, I don't know. I have noticed, and some of the other prospectors have been telling me, that because there's a water shortage, there isn't a lot of storming going on here, that the gold's been particularly hard to find. And I'm thinking it's because it's not washing down. It got stagnated somewhere, so we'll see. Stick around and stay tuned, and we'll see what happens. Never know. Probably not going to find any, but what the hell? I'm going to try. I felt to mention something that is somewhat important. You see where I dug out right here? And made this chase for my sluice to sit in? You can see the sand on the bottom, right? All the rocks that came out of it are black. They're not actually black, that's just a moss that's attached to them. There's a definite sign when you see that nobody's been digging there. So it's pretty much still virgin, even though some other people have been down here digging. Had they been digging there, you'd see that blonde sand exposed, but because this particular time of year, that usually is a good indicator that nobody's been digging there, at least long enough for that algae system to set up in there. So we're going to see. Wish me luck. Alright, so I ran for about like 15 minutes, and this pressure I got going through here is just perfect, because when I did the clean out, that was all that I had. That's all the material that came out of the sluice. And at first I was like, oh man, I had it set wrong. And then I started seeing big chunks of gold. In fact, there's a big one right there. Let me put this in some light so maybe it'll pick it up. See it? That's a pretty big piece. It's not going to go inside my sucker, that's for sure. So I'm going to clean. Most of it's black sand, but there's some mercury in there making the gold float and stuff. So I'm going to soap it up and use a magnet and get that stuff out of there, and I'll show you the gold out of that pan. But that's all the material it caught. That little bump at the end of this thing keeps the gold and the mercury from coming out. This little speed bump right here. Ooh, is that a little flake of gold right there? Ain't that a little flake of gold right there? There, pick that out of there. A little picker. It took forever, but I finally revealed gold. I don't know if you can see it. That big chunk right there. It's not bad. There's another one over here. So I got some big chunk and a ton of fine gold. All that ribbon right there is nothing but dust. So the hole I dug basically is the channel where I had my sluice. I just dug this little bitty hole right here. And what I'm finding out is there's a, down here, further down, it's a, what do you call it, decomposing granite bedrock. Up here, it's a hard clay pack. So I'm bumping into that stuff. I'm kind of running out of room to dig, so I might just have to cut upstream a little bit, do a little cut that way. But it's definitely right here, right by that log of doom. So I'm finding a couple crystals and junk. I just definitely got to increase the amount of material I'm throwing in that thing. So time to man up, sauce boy. This thing's battery's giving me headaches, and I may not be able to finish this, so I better show you while I can. Now, there was one other pan before this one. It was about equal to that. Just really wasn't that much, and I didn't get too excited to show you. What it ended up doing was digging up higher, and I kind of cut the water off to this other side because the gold was better, so I dug a channel over there, and I just got into a nice little pocket of gold, and then that was it. So I got some crystals too. Let me dig those out. It's a warning battery low. Yeah, get these out. There's a couple crystals there. This one's pretty big. It's kind of dull though, unless it's wet. Let me get it wet, and it'll show it better. It kind of looks like an ice cube, you know. It's a nice one. It's terminated. It snapped off a bigger piece, so there is big crystals here. This other one's about, it's smaller, but the end's really gemmy looking. It sparkles a whole bunch of different colors. It won't really show up on this video, but not bad. I like when I find the big ones like that. It's kind of cool. I think it's big as my finger, man. At least the end of it. Inside it's all purple and blue and pink, and I see some greens. There's like some fractures in it from it tumbling down. I'm going to suck up that gold. I'll show you what I got left if I can get the battery to work, and it's kind of cold, so I'm probably Bell. Got it to turn on. Sweet. Alright, people. Couple crystals and some gold. Oh, nice big chunky pieces. Wow, that was a big D. Get off me, man. Anyway, I noticed some of it was kind of wiry, fish hook looking, twisted stuff. It's usually bigger here. I also caught a couple pieces of lead. If that shows up, that's the dark stuff. But you saw how big this was, figuratively speaking. It's as big as the tip of my finger. So that's about how much gold I got. I'm not sure how long I was here. Hey, look at the old clock of doom. Yeah, I've been about 3 hours, man. 3 hours-ish. So, you know, I worked all week. Pretty hard job. And I came out here and moved all this dirt. It's worked out pretty good. Making a little dam thing. Kept the water flowing. Because the gold was definitely better over here. Bigger pieces. See all kinds of quartz in this too. Keep thinking I see crystals, and then all of a sudden, what was that? It's just another piece of quartz. It's kind of nice here though. I like this spot. I think I'm going to go home and pet my dog and stuff, people. A short little episode with dead battery. Thanks for tuning in and watching Iron Fist Mining. Peace out, people.